All right. Welcome to Sideboard MTG. My name's Eric, and that's right, Gruul Unsealing. Unsealing's back. We're gonna play some games with Sarkin's Unsealing here. This is a Patreon deck by Rush. Big he's pretty big guy here in the community, right? Like most people know Rush, right? Yeah, it's back. It's back. What's up, Rush? He's already in chat. So if you guys got any questions for the deck builder, I'm gonna put him on the spot. He's right there. You ask him anything you want to know. We're going to be playing it, but for right now, I'm going to go over what we've got in the deck, what options we were given to win these games with by Rush, and we're gonna take it from there. One thing I'm thrilled to play with. I haven't even actually cast the spell yet. Oh, man, I can't even pronounce it right. Ilhag, the raised boar. We're just gonna call it the raised boar, big boar. Timon and Pumbaa. Where's Timon? Who's gonna be Timon? Right? Like, if this is gonna be Pumbaa, who's gonna be Timon? No, no. That's a little big to be Timon, right? You know what? Timon, Pumbaa. We're gonna go with that. We're going with that. Anyway, we've got Ilhag the Raised Boar. Trample, and whenever it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Return that creature to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. When Ilhag the Raised Boar dies, you do the same thing you do with all the other new gods. You put it 3 cards from the top of your library. Even if it's exiled, it's coming back. So Ilhag is going to be doing things. If this thing had haste, oh my goodness, it'd been like a Tali, right? Like this is twice we've had a really good red creature that we were like, oh my goodness, if it had haste, it would be broken. Well, what do you want to throw down on the battlefield when you bring this Ilhag out? And let me pull it over. Let me pull it over so we can look at it. What better than a 12/12 trample monster like Galta herself, right? Oh, the Earth walks strongest of all. It's got to be a female, right? Mother Earth? Come on, stick with the plan. We've also got God Eternal Ronus, which is Death Touch, and when it enters the battlefield, double the power of each creature you control. This is another great one to be able to slap onto the battlefield with Ilhag, because the Raised Boar is going to put that back in your hand, and you're just going to be able to play Ronus over and over and get those triggers. Also, Ronus is a 5/5. Just want to point out that does trigger some unsealing. Now, I was talking about that having the ability to have haste, and Rush has got it covered here, right? We've got some Rhythm of the Wilds in the deck. No countering our creatures, but counters are kind of on the downfall right now, thanks to Teferi. A lot of people are not running counter spell magic because seriously, with Teferi, it's really hard to counter. So we're really just looking for those extra +1/1 counters. We're looking for that haste. I mean, think about it. If you have this down, you slap down an Ilhag, you swing, and then of course, you're gonna give him haste, and then the new creature that comes down is going to enter the battlefield, and when it enters the battlefield, we'll put a +1/+1 on Galta. We've also got some pretty cool stuff here to help us get there, like Timon, right? Domri. The 3-mana Domri, creatures you control get +1/+0. We can make some extra mana, and spells that are cast with that mana can't be countered. Make the mana, and creature spells you cast this turn can't be countered. So just avoiding control altogether with this deck. You can also downtick Domri to have target creature you control fight target creature you don't control, which is also not bad. We've also got Infernal Hellion, which at the beginning of each end step, if you attack with this, you're going to put it back in your library, which means you have a good chance at drawing it again. Drawing it means that you get to play it with Sarkin's Unsealing, get those triggers. It does have the 7 power necessary to complete or to sate that last aspect of Sarkin's Unsealing. And since we were playing all of these big guys, we need a way to get there. Land of War Elves, Paradise Druid, and Domri are going to help us. And then, not to mention, we got some Vine Mayors here, right? Can't be blocked by black creatures. There's a lot of black creatures being played right now. So, yeah. You could have sworn you read Ronus wasn't. What? Oh, Ketra, Bantu, and Hazret are females of the Amonkhet gods. Go figure, the female gods are in Mardu colors. Yeah, alright. Ronus and Kefnut are both dudes. I'm pretty sure God Eternal Ronus is a dude. I'm like 95% sure. Think he's a dude. I, as far as the Scorpion God and the Scarab God and the Locust God, I don't, I honestly don't know if they ever gave us a gender on those. But hey, who are we to judge, right? Anyway, we're going to be playing this Sarkhan's Unsealing deck. In the sideboard, we've got some Lightning Strikes, we've got some Vivian Reeds, Cinder Vines, because no one wants to lose to Nexus, and then some Fountain of Renewal, because also no one wants to lose to Mono Red, right? So, that's the idea. That is the deck. We're going to jump into some games. We'll play a few games. We actually only have this one Patreon game. We've got multiple $10 patrons, but nobody submitted their decks. They just didn't have decks that they want played this month. So, if you are a patron and you didn't have a deck of your own that you wanted played, just let me know a deck that you would like to see, and I'll run it. We'll do that. So for those of you that have a deck coming to you, just pick what you would like to see, and we'll play that. In place of a deck that you personally build. You don't have to personally build these decks. If you just want to see some content, you want to see a particular deck played, just let me know. Also, if you want to sign up for our June Patreon and get your deck played, now is going to be the time, because as soon as the first gets here, you won't be able to get a deck until the next month. So yeah, that's submit if you want to join Patreon. Also, if you do want to play this deck or any other deck, check out manatraders. They're my sponsors, and they're a really good deal. If you play on MTGO, you don't have to have a collection. You can just pay a flat rate, which is actually pretty cheap. We pay more for Netflix than you normally will for manatraders, unless you want to play vintage. Right, like if you want to play vintage, I think right now they're even doing a special where almost everyone can play legacy and vintage. So there's some really good deals. Check the description box below if you want to save 15% when you sign up. But manatraders is the way to go if you're playing MTGO, guys. Seriously. All right. I know we're about to play some Magic, but have you heard about the new law they're trying to pass on loot boxes here in North America? If it passes, we cannot keep this in. We don't have any green mana. If it passes, then you will not be able to have games that sell anything that have randomness in them. I think I'm going to keep this because I can at least get into... We're going to put Galt on the bottom. We don't need her right now. You can't play games, or games can't sell us things at random that could potentially give you an advantage in a game. There's a lot more wording to it, but they also said that includes card packs, and that's got me a little bit worried about Arena, right? Because it's hard to say that if you didn't buy packs on Arena and you didn't buy these randoms, right, that you would have an advantage. Like, you have an advantage by having a tier 1 deck. And the only way to get a tier 1 deck is to buy through random packs, which is essentially loot packs. Oh man, we get to get this Gruul Guildgate down here. Do we get a free point of damage in? How bad is it if I lose this Llanowar Elf? Yeah, that's what I thought. Domri can cast a 5-drop on turn 3 is why? Yeah. Turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Domri, turn 3 you have 5 mana. But then again, you can also do that with Paradise Druid. Hey, we got in that free point of damage. Looks like we're going to get bounced. He's going to draw a card. Things are going to happen. If we get 4 mana, though, things are really, really going to happen. Alright, so let's see what we get here. Rhythm of the Wild. Now I've got a choice to make. I think we're going to play this a little bit slow. Can't kill the Teferi right now anyway. This will give me haste next turn with either a Land of War Elf or Vine Mare. So, I mean, we have some options. We're not really worried about counter anyway, so. Also, as a removal spell, yes, Domri can make your dudes fight their dudes, and it's pretty decent. The only thing I don't like about Domri is he doesn't really protect himself if you don't already have some type of protection down for him, and he doesn't replace himself, right? Like that's normally one of the big things we want to see out of creatures or out of planeswalkers is, will they give us a card back, right? Like if I play this immediately, can I replace this card in my hand? And that's one of the reasons we see Teferi being so good, is because Teferi immediately replaces himself. How often do you see someone just play Teferi, down tick Teferi, and go from there, right? So if I go 1/1 counter, or if I go haste, I can make 3, and then I can haste again. I can still make 3. We still can't get a Vine Mare down, so I'm going to go with counters on these, just to make them a wee bit bigger. Just a wee bit bigger. But for every pack you open, you will eventually get something. Yes, but it's at random, right? And like from what I was reading, they said that it was that included card packs. From what I can also tell, it looks like Democrats and Republicans are both backing the bill. So if it happens, then we're gonna be so we could force his hand, right? Make him use some mana. I think I'll just take the hit. I mean, he can technically pump both and hit us for 8 here and go for half our life. Like, Sarkhan's Unsealing would be really sweet if we had a way to play it and then get down this Infernal Hellion. So he's tapping out. That's okay. That is okay. Alright, so now I have to decide whether or not I want to keep my elves or Vine Mare. Looks like I'm giving up Vine Mare. There's really no reason to put a +1/1 counter on this. I guess we give Vine Mare haste and we sack a Land of War Elf, because we can also just play another Vine Mare next turn. So we'll just get in. I will have to block one of these here. If he has a removal for my Land of War Elf, we're just dead. I mean, I guess I could have left Teferi behind and not killed Teferi right there. With the every 6 packs you get wild cards. Right. So one of the things I was reading was saying that anything that will give you an advantage, right? And like Magic fits in this like really weird place when it comes to getting an advantage. What qualifies as an advantage? You get cards, like you have to buy packs and randomly get cards that will eventually give you a top tier deck. A top tier deck's definitely an advantage, right? Alright, so throwing Land of War under the bus. Bye, Lano. It was fun. Not a lot I can do here. I'm just going to go with a 1/1 counter and pass. Can't really swing because, you know, we definitely have to block some Growth Chamber Guardians and things of that nature. Yeah, that pretty much kills us anyway, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're dead. I could wait and see if he messes up, but I doubt the opponent's going to mess up, right? Yeah, we needed some land. We definitely needed some land. I mean, we're only running 25, right? 25 lands in the deck. All right, so what would you bring in versus this deck? I'm liking Lightning Strike here. The Elf is decent. Phoenix, Infernal Hellion. Definitely need a little bit more removal. Not taking Domri out because I want him for the removal. I want him for the ramp. Like, we really want to get into our bigger creatures with this deck. What else would you bring in here, Rush? But then again, that hurts Magic Online. Yes. Yes, it does. It hurts Magic in general. If you can't sell card packs online, then card games online are going to have a problem. Right? So I'm hoping the wording of the bill will exclude that, but they're going to have to come up with some other way to do things if Arena sells singles now, right? Get rid of Galta for 2 Cinder Vines? Really? I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Alright. But I 100% believe I need the removal against this deck. And the instant speed of Lightning Strike is everything I want it to be. Right? Because, I mean, it's 3 damage. We can deal with the Growth Chamber Guardians, things like that. It's not the best hand in the world, but it's keepable. I'm going to keep. I don't think I'm allowed to say no to this hand. Mr. Lincoln, come here. Come here. You just get back from your walk? You and Mommy have a good walk? Come here, buddy. Come say hi. Come say hi. We're going to play the Land World. Come say hello. Come here. All right, all right. Come say hi. You want to say hi? All right, come here. Of course my mic got muted. Of course it did. Let me close the door here. Mic's still muted, right? Close the door, get comfortable. Let's play some Magic. Oh, that's 4. My bad. I can't swing because he knows that we're hurt on mana, right? Oh no, deck, not like this. Yes, both get the fresh haircuts. We did. You know, I had to get rid of the long Kid Rock thing. It's about time for another one though. It was like two weeks ago when we got our haircut, but yeah, everybody got mad about cutting curls off. Well, there goes Cinder Vines. Wonder if he attacks with that Paradise Druid. I can't really afford to like pop and bring it back, right? I gotta have this Llanowar off. Have to have it. Come on, deck. Come on. Just one. Just one deck. Just one land. Let me get this unsealing down. Or heaven forbid the opponent doesn't put pressure on and we double unsealing. Double unsealing sounds dangerous in the face of something like a Deputy of Detention or something, though. So, Lyra Dawnbringer. Can we scoop? Can we scoop? Am I allowed to scoop yet? One time. Why let him take my elf instead of just popping the vines? Because if we pop the vine, if we let him take the elf and then we bring it back, we save ourselves, 2 points of damage. He had a free swing for 2, but as long as we actually put our elf back on the battlefield untapped, he's not going to swing in. I wasn't willing to trade the elf, so waiting to do it in combat as some kind of trick or something like that wasn't gonna do me any good. So I thought bringing it back beforehand was going to be the best way. All right. Let's go play another game, right? I don't that can't be enough, right? Yeah, probably scoop, right? The pop culture guru. I don't want to play against. Do we want to play against the same guy? Right? I mean, he's playing one of the best decks in standard right now. Bant mid range. It's up there, guys. It's definitely one of the better decks. Definitely. That didn't count. It's just a warm up. It's just a warm up. Gruul struggles with card draw. You have seen at least. So I promised I wouldn't talk bad about the deck. But there's 10 cards that add nothing to the board in this deck. You have Sarkhan's Unsealing, which I beat that argument to death. I'm not even going there. We've got Rhythm of the Wild, which I have also beat that argument to death. I'm not going there. And then you've got Domri. And Domri can actually affect the board a little bit if you have a creature, right? So it's not like the weirdest thing in the world. Am I going to do Dev's new dragon list? Yes. I'm gonna run his mono red and his dragon list. I am not playing F&M tomorrow, so you guys will get another stream tomorrow as well. Pyro Slaver, we've played him before. But yeah, we'll be playing some Devs decks. Hey, I've got 3 lands and a Paradise Druid. I'm a keeping. I mean, we just start out with a Gruul Gilgate, turn 2 Forest, Paradise Druid. Seems okay. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and put up the auto pass so we can pretend like we're Arena. By the way, I know I'm not a Call of Duty buff, but you know my wife is. That's right, she is. She was in there. She was in there slaying earlier. Apparently the next the next Call of Duty game is going to be extremely realistic, intense, violent, and shocking. Okay. Extremely intense, violent, and shocking. You're talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. No, sorry. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. No, yeah, the new Call of Duty is going to be it's going to be Modern Warfare. No number or anything else. Just Modern Warfare. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good. We seen the trailer released very recently. I think I was watching it earlier today. The trailer released, it looked like it was going to be pretty good. We normally grab all the Call of Duties, so come November, November 12th, I believe, military birthday. Yeah, we're gonna. No, November 10th. November 10th. Oh, the Marine got it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm gonna slam the unsealing here. Like, slamming unsealing here means we just get a ton of value from here forward, right? Yeah, the mono red dragon deck does look pretty good. Yeah, Dev Dev has put out a couple really decent decks lately. I said I was going to play Grixis Dragons, and then Noxus and Maui. Well, I don't. I just started watching the guy, so I don't really know his name. But both put out Dragons lists yesterday. The day before that, I said I was going to play Grixis Dragons, and then both of them put out Grixis Dragons lists last night while we were live on stream. So I was like, well, there goes my Grixis Dragons idea. Hey, wait a minute. We fought this guy on the stream before. I mentioned that. Pyro Slaver. Right? I'm pretty sure we're getting sniped. Mogwai? Is that how you say it? Mogwai? Okay, thank you. But Mogwai put out one yesterday. He put out one 8 hours. Like, when we got off stream, it was like 8 hours ago, Mogwai put out one. And then 2 hours ago, like, Noxious put out one. So they both put out Grixis Dragons decks yesterday, which is always a little weird, you know. It's like, well, do I put out one now? Do I still play Grixis Dragons? And as much as I want to say, yeah, of course I do, I also want to kind of be like, maybe not. I don't know. All right, well, we can hit him for a bazillion right here. Just a cool bazillion. I like hitting for a bazillion. All right. He didn't even save it. We might get a scoop off the opponent right now just for playing Infernal Hellion, right? Man, you played as mono red dragons on Arena today. Think you're gonna keep the gameplay, but make it Rakdos so you can get some Elder Spell going on. That sounds okay. I like Elder Spell. We're gonna take the extra 2 points of damage here. If we can do this twice, we've saved ourselves one Sarkin Unsealing trigger. You want to keep the game plan? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, the opponent's going to scoop it up. He's scooped. He's scooped. He doesn't want to... He completely scooped. Alright, so when we get lands... right? Not worth the life. I'll have to play the mono red list before I can really give some true feedback on whether I would take it into another color or how I would do it. We'll probably play that tomorrow night. Like, I've been wanting to cast some dragons, and I was going to go Grixis Dragons, and then Dev come out with a mono red list. So we'll play Dev's mono red list tomorrow. So like maybe we'll I don't know, we'll play a couple games with it. We'll see what's going on. Maybe we'll try something else. Bad sniper. Well, you still got to have the cards, right? We're still playing a game of chance here. That's what Gruul's supposed to do. It is what Gruul's supposed to do. It is. In all honesty, Sideboard, everything you said about my deck is correct, but the Hexproof Elf really helps the deck out. I actually like Paradise Druid more than I do Llanowar Elf, and I'm not really griping about Paradise Druid. The fact that it can help you get your double red on turn 4 or on turn 3 to be able to cast a turn 3 Sarkhan's Unsealing actually seems pretty decent. The fact that it's that it can survive and stick around actually seems pretty decent, right? Like, if I don't turn it sideways, they can't kill it. I turn it sideways when I need to. It's also a great blocker to pull late game. Like, normally you never want to see a Llanowar Elf late game, right? Because you're like, well, I have a blocker. If they have removal, I'm just screwed. Well, that's not the case with Paradise Druid, because with Paradise Druid, you get to go, I have a blocker, and I don't care if they've got a removal spell or not, just as long as it's not Goblin Chainwhirler. Again, I can't keep a double red hand. This is capable I'm gonna put that on the bottom. I've got 4 out of the 5 ones I need to be able to do things. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, we'll just go forest. I mean, we can get a turn 4 Ilhog out. That's not horrible. See how that goes this Friday. Went 3-1 last. So yeah, I've been playing mono blue the last couple weeks in FNM, and I think mono blue's in a bad spot. I think Teferi has really put it off. I hate to say that. I've been backing that deck for a few seasons now, and like, as much as I love the deck, we're to that point, you know. So, all right, we got an Esper list here. Have you considered Samet instead of Rhythm? Yeah, Teferi makes life hard. He does that, doesn't he? He really does make life hard. Alright, so let's get down this Vine Mare. I like Vine Mare here. Like, I kind of like the Hexproof creatures. Like, Vine Mare is great. Your favorite deck right now is this. After that, it's your Rakdos Tempo deck. Well, we'll have to see that Rakdos Tempo deck. You've been, you're like, I tried to send it to you earlier, but you wouldn't accept another deck. You've been crushing with mono blue. Oh, Ryan Jackson with the U for the blue. Been crushing with mono blue with Azorius aggro too. Even before boarding Teferi. Okay. Ilharg. Yeah, well, Ilharg. So, did we trade Vinemare for... Sure. For these? I mean, he can't block with the Thief of Sanity. If he puts both in front, right? Vinemare can kill both. He gets a couple tokens, which is fine. I mean, he got the Thief of Sanity off of the Militia Bugler. So, I mean, he does have a couple flyers here, but I think we just outrace him. Even if he hits us with a Thief of Sanity and gets a card off the top, we're just going to race him. You can't, you're gray. What? Come over to the dark side. I can't, I'm gray. I'm a little light and a little dark. Hey, this how to play burn YouTube video. Alright, it's a YouTube link. YouTube links don't give me a stop on watch time. So, yeah, that's fine. Let's pull it off to the side and mute it just in case. What are we watching? Purple commercials. That's what we're watching. Purple commercials. I want a purple mattress. Those commercials are great. Did you guys see this? Did you see what just happened? Yep. It happens. It just happens. That's just what happens. Nothing I can do about it. We're just gonna pass the turn. Harlan Fire versus Edgar. Oh man, I can't pronounce Edgar's last name. Esper Control versus Mono Red. So that link will take you over to a Star City Games. Star City Games New York round 12. When was this? This is recent. Yeah. Okay. I'll check that out here in a little while. Well, we get a Deputy of Detention, which will also take Ilharg. He can also cast Ilharg. Like, Call him Mr. Pig. Do we wanna just put it back? Yeah, let's say yes so we can draw it in a turn or two. Like, can we live that long? Do we survive that long? I mean, he hits us with a Thief of Sanity and he gets it. He gets it with Thief of Sanity and he can actually like pick some other card and mill it and then it doesn't come back. You personally want Hellkite for turning mana to burn and having a flyer. Traitor Pig. I'm scooping. We're going to game 2. Yeah, we're going to go to game 2. It just got ahead of us. I mean, that's kind of what you buy into when you're playing this many like top end creatures, and you have these other decks that are built to be fair, not fair, right? Playing as many 3 drops and under as possible. They're always curving out. They're always having multiple plays per turn. They can add more to the board quicker than you, and most of the creatures they have can give them some type of card advantage. Getting them a card back into their hand, that's the big deal here. We're gonna get rid of Rhythm of the Wild again, bringing in Lightning Strike. Does Lano come out? I'm going to take out Galta for some Vivian reads, which also means I'm taking out 1 Ilharg. Yeah, I really want Vivian here, so we're going to go that route. Maybe I should have took out 1 Domri, but I plan on just down-ticking Domri and letting him die. Like, I want to just get some fights going on. We would love to play first. Alright, well, if we get to an Unsealing, we can do things, right? So we just go tap land on 1 and go from there. You personally want the Hellkite. Yeah, I like Hellkite. Okay, so there's a Lightning Strike. We'll just pass the turn. Yeah, I'm still curious about how this bill is going to work for Magic Online and Magic Arena and things of that nature. It's the loot box things in general. I mean, he's going to get to look at our hand, but he doesn't get to take anything. So he knows what we're working with. So I think the proper line is to turn for the Sarkhan's Unsealing. The problem with that is if he has a Deputy of Detention, then he just like bounces Sarkhan's Unsealing, and then we've done nothing, right? If I play a Vinemare, I'm sorry, I'm playing Vinemare first. I'm going to play Vinemare first. It has some protection. It means that he has to deal with this. And if he doesn't deal with this, then we have a little something going on. Yeah, Vinemare is a threat. So, yeah. What's up, Roadkill 202? How you doing, sir? Hate to correct someone for popping into my chat, but I spell mine with a C. You're making me royalty there, putting a K on the end of my name. It was the way kings of old did it. I think it's the way it's supposed to be spelled, but yeah. All right, so Deputy of Detention entered the revealed zone. So far, Militia Bugler got another Militia Bugler, which he played. And then he got a Deputy of Detention. Alright, so Vinemare swinging here is not like the greatest thing in the world. Vivian Reed uptick, though? Yeah, I actually like Vivian Reed uptick, even if he plays the Deputy of Detention. Would we like another Vinemare? Sure. I'll pass. So yeah, Deputy. If Deputy picks up Vivian, then like I'm kind of okay with that. Militia Bugler, Militia Bungler, also Vine Mayor number 2. Yeah, we had another Vine Mayor. I could have actually just like played another Vine Mayor and then played another Vine Mayor. We actually have all 4 of them right now, and our opponent has 3 out of 4 Militia Buglers. He got a Tithe Taker. Land, does he hit the Tithe Taker? So we need 1, 2, 3. Alright. Hitting these lands is not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need, what, 2 more lands? I'm just going to take the lands. And we're just gonna kind of force his hand. When he finally plays the Deputy of Detention, then at that point we're kind of, yeah. When he plays the Deputy of Detention, we're a little bit safer to be able to play our Sarkhan's Unsealing. I'm kind of wanting to get to 8 mana so I can play Sarkhan's Unsealing and a Vine Mayor in the same turn. And there it goes. Alright. So now we go for the Vine Mayor. Or we go for the Sarkhan's Unsealing for sure. Now I want something that does a ton of damage. Alright, so we're going to trade these in, see if we can clear this board up a little bit. Rush. That's MTG Goldfish. That's Moderators. If it's magic related, you're clear. What? We're going to do all the things? I mean, one of these Militia Buglers survives, which is okay. I mean, we had to do a lot of cleanup, and then if he can't deal with our Sarkhan's Unsealing, next turn we get to pop the Deputy of Detention, bring the Vivian back, use the Vivian to shoot the Thief of Sanity. Like, we've got plays. We've got plays. Of course, he's got plays too. Had approved it. Chat delay didn't show it. How many non-creature spells are we playing? More than normal. Oh. In this game! We had it. We had it, guys. And then Thief of Sanity goes and pulls stupid Vivian off of our own. Oh, look, another Tithe Taker. Unsealing is our board wipe. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, it's not getting the job done. Oh, look. It's a Rekindling Phoenix. I'm scooping. I'm scooping. Alright. So we've lost 2. We've won 1. One more? You guys want to play one more with Sarkhan's Unsealing? Actually, hold on a minute. Yeah, we'll leave match. Sorry, dude. It was the same guy. I didn't want to play the same guy again anyway. Someone asked how many non-creature spells we got. We've got 10 in the main board, right? 10 non-creature spells. We also have quite a few spells that are in our creature base that actually won't trigger. So we've also got, out of our 25 creatures, we have 8 of those that will not trigger Sarkhan's Unsealing at all. And then we only have 5 creatures that will trigger the full effect of Sarkhan's Unsealing. They've got to fix this. This is annoying. Whenever you cast a creature spell with 4, 5, or 6, Sarkhan's Unsealing deals 4 damage to any target. If you cast a creature spell with power 7 or greater, though, you deal 4 damage to each opponent, each creature, and each planeswalker they control. That alone is actually really big against the planeswalker decks right now. Being able to just like Mizium Mortars the world seems pretty good, right? So, Madness says Unsealing is a card you have to be all in on, or it just isn't worth playing. I agree. I also like Paradise Druid in this deck. Like, this was not an inclusion we had last time we played around with the deck. I like Paradise Druid. It just because, like, one of the only reasons I didn't like Land of War Elves is just because they got removed, and then, like, late game it was just worthless because it wouldn't even block, because they would just kill it. Paradise Druid answers all those questions. All right, like, it's hard to remove. It's a good blocker late game because they can't remove it, you know, that sort of thing. Let's play one more. We'll play one more. I promised I would minimize my feedback on this deck and just play, right? In the past I've been really harsh on some of Rush's decks, so fix it to your liking and play the deck. I'm curious how I would run it. Yeah, I would have to order some cards. I'd have to get some cards from manatraders and do some tweaking, but yeah. So the first thing I would do would be take out Rhythm of the Wild, take out Sarkhan's Unsealing, take out Infernal Hellion, take out Galta, take out Ilhag the Razeboar, take out... So I wouldn't play this deck. I'm sorry, but I just I'm not a Gruul fan. I'm just not. I like beating people down, but I'm just not a huge fan of Gruul. Alright, so our next card will determine whether I play this Gruul Guildgate or this Land of War Elf. Land of War can come down on turn 2. Oh yeah, you keep forgetting there's a process of things you have to do. Yeah, I can't just yank everything out and like throw in cards I want. Like there's a method to the madness. Actually, I don't know if Madness has a method or not, so... Boo this man! Boo him! Boo him for not liking Gruul! Gruul is the best! Red-green is the best set of colors in all of Magic! Is that better? You happy? Yeah. What? What the hell? Isolate? What the hell is this shit? I'm sorry, I got taken completely out of... Who the heck plays Isolate? Okay, you got me, dude. You got me. I wasn't ready. I was not ready for Isolate. I just wasn't ready. Am I Gruul shaming? Yes, I am. I am Gruul shaming. Shame. I'm also Isolate shaming, but it just shamed me. So, yeah. Holy cow! What a narrow card! Ritual of Rejuvenation. I want to see the rest of this guy's deck. Pork you. What? Vicious Rumors! You got my Phoenix that I currently cannot cast. Isolate. Let it be known you do indeed have a method. Some of them are madness, and yes, you are meant to read that in two different interpretations. Interpretations. Multiple interpretations of this. I'm sorry, guys. Ever since the isolate, I've just lost it. The isolate, like it was it. Oh, he thought I had an ether vial. Nah, you're good, Doug. You're good. Yeah. Isolate. It's way too narrow for standard. It's way too narrow. I mean, it got me though. I mean, he hit the target he was looking for, right? He was wanting to kill the Llanowar elf. He got it. Got my birds of paradise. Fungal infection! Oh my goodness! Ah! Anti-one drop deck. Oh no. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. If I get killed by this sapperling, I need a red source. Oh, okay, thank you. At least we got... No. You know what? That sapperling is staying. I'm not dealing 4 damage to the sap. Getting beat by the memes. We're playing a meme, okay? Sarkhan's Unsealing is a meme. You can't even be mad at this. Right? Like, what is going on right now? Gain 4 life, draw a card for 3 mana. It's okay. Probably better to have something else, but it is still a lot of targets. Yeah, I mean there's targets for it. It also says converted mana cost of 1, which means it doesn't get tokens. Like, it's just 1-drops, right? Like, it is very narrow, and for that I'm not a big fan. But what can he do to this? I swear, guys, if he double fungal infections me, no, it won't work, because he would have to he'd have to have another creature. But we just slam the Rhythm of the Wilds here. I'm guessing this is how you actually want this deck to play out. You want some of these things, like you want to play a good early game, and then bring in some of these like Rhythm of the Wilds and Sarkhan's Unsealing a little bit later in the game. Like, you're not looking to hit Rhythm of the Wild on turn 2 or turn 3. Even though if your opponent's not applying pressure, that's a really good time to do it. Another one. Hey, look. He's at 30 life. And 15. I haven't even shocked myself. Vicious Rumors, right? Oh, Isolate is almost as good as Spell Swindling your opponent's Explosion. I'm going to go with Spell Swindle on the Explosion being a little bit more fun than isolating somebody's Llanowar elf, but it's a big play nonetheless. What? Destroy all artifacts and enchantments? The perfect counter to our deck. Alright. I should have played Rekindling Phoenix. He's gonna Kaya's Wrath me, and it's gonna be just horrible. I looked at his mana base. The mana base actually looks pretty decent. I think we're just having a bad red draw. Alright. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 red sources, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 19 green sources. Yeah, he could possibly use one more red source. You play on Arena and the deck curves out nice. So are you saying that 60 cards on Magic Online would be different than 60 cards in Paper, which would be different than the same 60 cards on Arena? Well, that's crazy. I'm just going to leave that there. Yeah, y'all think whatever you want of that comment. Maybe not, huh? I actually put one less land in my decks on Arena. Nightmare's Thirst. X is currently 6. You gain one. You gain 1 life. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. He goes revitalize, revitalize. Nightmare's Thirst on Ilharg. What is even going on now? What is? Yes, put it back in my deck. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna play my Phoenix and swing for 5 and pass the turn. Okay, your go, opponent. What the? Insert bad word here. Is our opponent doing? Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's doing either. Yeah. This channel is now rated M for mature. I just want to let y'all know that. This channel is now rated for M for mature. It's just, yeah. You love, hate this guy's deck. I hate this guy's deck. It should not be working, but it is. It's working. I want to know what his win con is. Like, that's what I'm waiting on. You can finally curse, so I can finally curse. I'm still not a fan of the F word. I think that when we throw around the F word, like, we should find better adjectives and adverbs and demonstratives and all the other things we use the F word for. 18 plus since he played Isolate. Yeah, Isolate definitely definitely took it over the top right there. Yeah. So the big deal right now is because of where we're at in the current meta. Cards like Teferi, cards like that are just getting a ton of play, right? Like, look at the top decks that are getting a ton of play, and when you look at those decks, they actually line up really, really good against decks like Sarkhan's Unsealing, right? So let's pull up this Teferi, right? Teferi. There we go. Good old Teferi. All right. So let's look at. Oh, I took a Sarkhan's Unsealing out. I didn't realize there were that many cards with Teferi's name in it. Alright, so when we look at Teferi the Time Reveler, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand. Draw a card, right? We lose so much tempo. Even when we get a turn 3 Sarkhan's Unsealing down, they can just drop a Teferi, bounce it. You know, there's just a ton of really good ways to destroy Sarkhan's Unsealing. Rhythm of the Wild, I don't think is the greatest thing in the world. Like, we want to be making multiple plays per turn, and with this deck, the earliest you're going to start making multiple plays per turn is at best like turn 5 or 6. Most likely, though, you're not going to make multiple like big plays per turn until like turn 8, right? And that's if you hit all your land drops. To be able to play Sarkhan's Unsealing, and the cheapest creature in the entire deck that could trigger it is going to require 8 mana, right? Now, granted, the deck can go turn 1 Land of War Elves, turn 2 Paradise Druid and Land of War Elves, turn 3 6 mana. That's a play, but even with 6 mana, we can go Sarkhan's Unsealing, follow it up with what? Paradise, another Druid, another Dork. So we don't have a lot of really big plays in the deck, and I think that with as fast as Standard is getting right now, that playing these slower decks, we're going to need to rely on a lot more luck than normal, and that's just where I'm at on this type of deck in general. So yeah, can we curse in Spanish? Oh, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Oh. No. Just no. As long as Google doesn't translate us. Alright, I've lost it. The Isolate broke me, guys, right? Like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for an Isolate. Oh my goodness. I'll start cursing in Arabic. Yeah, there we go. Well, I would like your Rakdos deck better. I think you have better luck playing your Rakdos deck. If your Rakdos deck has a lower converted mana cost in general, I think you're going to have a much better time playing Rakdos. So, to be fair, nobody was ready for Isolate. That Isolate made your night. Well, yeah, it also made your Llanowar Elf go straight to the graveyard. So, but yeah, I just think that we're in too fast of a meta right now for something like this. That being said, Be Informed is going to come. He's going to watch this and he's going to be like, look at this. I'm going to go mythic with my Sarkhan's Unsealing deck because Be Informed is a beast like that. He can do that. And, you know, I just don't. I don't see it. I'd like having this deck around. Like, if you had this deck in paper, this is a great deck to hand to your buddy and go, here, have some fun, man. Like, just go have some fun. Rush, if I made any change to this deck right now on the spot, this is what I do. There you go, buddy. Your deck will play better. I promise. If you come up against a counter deck, a deck that actually has counters, maybe bring this in. But I also think that you could cut some of these, right? Cinder Vines is cool. I don't think you need 4. I've seen decks running 4, but I don't think you need it. I do like that you have a really simplified sideboard. But you've also cut yourself off of having some answers to certain things. Lava Coil would be really huge in the sideboard. Like, you might actually want to exile a Rekindling Phoenix. Another card that might also be good in the sideboard. I get that you need the Sarkhan Unsealing things, but as of right now, like I don't know what the hell this is. That would just be gone. Like, I would not be running Fountain of Renewal in this deck. There's no synergy. It does nothing, and the card's awful weak. Even against mono red, it's very weak. Even though you're going to be gaining some life, and if you get 2 or 3 of them down, then by all means that's great. But if you're having a problem beating mono red, I suggest resolving a Vine Mare or a Rekindling Phoenix or an Ilharg, and then watching them go crazy trying to kill it. Right? Like that's the big one for me against mono red is just resolve spells. Like, resolve anything with more than 2 power or 2 toughness or 2 toughness or more, and you're gonna do okay, right? Probably need about 23 creatures in this deck. Well, we currently have 25 creatures in the deck. The deck actually has more creatures than you would think. So, I actually think that you need a higher creature count. A higher creature count that actually activates Sarkhan's Unsealing. I just don't like Llanowar Elves. I think Llanowar Elves can go. I do like the Paradise Druid though. Other than that, like if you handed this to me and said go play FNM, I would make that initial change, and then probably try to find something else for the life gain. Like, if I was really worried about losing to mono red, I would just find something else. Fountain dies to Isolate. Yes, it does. Yes, Fountain dies to Isolate. Honestly, what this deck needs more than absolutely anything else is some type of card advantage, right? Steel Leaf and Goreclaw. This deck could probably cast Steel Leaf. This deck could probably cast Steel Leaf pretty well. Just because of the Llanowar Elves. Like, I think that if you kept Llanowar Elf in the deck, then Steel Leaf's good. Gratz Tier 1 Jank, I'll be sure to check out that on the Reddit. Gruul has better builds than Unsealing, probably. Absolutely. I think just the aggressive... Like, if you look at the aggressive Gruul builds that are going around right now, they don't run any Rhythm of the Wild, they don't run Unsealing, and they don't run all the cards that you want to run with Unsealing. Like, we're talking... Zertai Goblin, we're talking Gruul Spellbreaker, those type of cards, being very aggressive. If I had to say where Gruul probably stands in any type of real competitive area right now, the version would be a version that comes in just one notch slower than a mono red deck, right? So, Yes, Rush told me that he tried Kiora. I've seen some people talking about, Kiora is pretty cool, being able to allow you to ramp into some things, being able to untap some things. Yeah, so Kiora is not bad. But Rush said that he tried Kiora and didn't really like her either. So this tank needs Thud. Skylar, why? Um, so we can Thud our Vine Layers at people. Come on. Um, Definitely loves Carney T. Also aggressive Mammoth. Okay. You'd run Sword Tooth as a cheap unsealing trigger if you were going to run unsealing. Yeah, so we did that like last season when we were playing around. Well, we were playing around with Sword Tooth because we were looking for ways to get more ramp and things like that. Any more streams tonight? I don't think so. I think this is all we've got for tonight. I am going to be streaming tomorrow, which I normally don't do. We normally don't stream on Fridays, but I am going to be streaming tomorrow. And I think my green screen is supposed to be coming in tomorrow or the next day. So it won't be long, and I'll have my green screen, and then we're going to change all of this. All that's going to get changed. No background, things like that. I'll just be a dude floating across your screen. All right. No. Yeah, we're gonna play around with some stuff. So, guys, that's all I've got for tonight. Everyone, give Rush a round of applause for presenting us with a deck and allowing us to have some fun. Thank you very much for supporting our content, Rush. This one was for you, man. It was a lot of fun. I can't deny I had an absolute blast. Really did. Yeah. So it was great to hang out with everyone. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Don't forget to hit that like and the subscribe button and then the bell for notifications and all the other YouTube things. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can hit the join button. That's that little blue button right here on YouTube Gaming. If you don't want to do that and you want to become a patron, you can... You're funny, Rust. If you want to become a patron, you can jump over to patreon.com. There's a link in the description box. $10 patrons get a deck of their choice ran every month. Just because you give $10 doesn't mean you have to have a deck run. We have quite a few that actually support the channel but don't actually ask for decks to be run. So, thank all of my patrons for their support. Rush, for doing such a good job holding everything in. Here's $5 for not pissing me off while you played my deck. Thanks, Rush. I appreciate it, man. You're awesome. But again, if anyone wants to jump in on the Patreon thing, you can do that, and I greatly appreciate it. All of my patrons, you're wonderful. You're what keeps us going here. For everyone else, though, just thanks for watching. Right? Thanks for watching. You're all great. Those of you that popped up in chat and was having a good time, thank you very much. That's all I've got. Stay awesome. We'll see you next time.